Crazy Will here today. Today we're going to be talking about TP-Link smart switches. Stay tuned! Yeah! Crazy Will from Crazy Will's Tech Show. Today we're going to finish the TP-Link setup, or smart home setup that they have, if you will, with the last product that I have. There are other products out there, but I'm going to show you the last product I have. If you look right behind me, the TP-Link smart switch, which actually has to be hardwired in. And this is the TP-Link Wi-Fi Smart Switch HS200, just in case you were wondering. Links are down below. Just a little reminder, guys, I am not sponsored. So you could click on the link below or you could do a Google search. Really don't care. Okay, so where I have these two switches, my house was built in 42. So the electrical is a little iffy in my house, and that's why these aren't installed in my house, and my layout's weird, so I didn't really need them in my house for say. I needed them in certain areas. I may later on do the bathroom, but the reason why they're in the garage and the office is the house is 100 feet away from the garage. So I would forget, and then I have to walk all the way out here, walk all the way back in, or I would be like, oh, the garage door is shut. I don't see a light. I don't know if it's on or it's not. So I kept going back and forth, and it was just annoying. Thank God my father's a carpenter. Very lucky am I. Trust me, he's a carpenter, electrician, a plumber. I mean, guy does it all. He wired the garage. He wired my office. We built the whole office together, or the studio, if you will. And I know the wiring's correct. And the reason why I'm talking about wiring, before you go out and get these switches, you have to make sure you have a neutral wire. And what that is it's just you have your black, your white, your positive and your negative, and then you have the neutral wire. You have to have the neutral wire in order for these switches to work. Basically, if you don't have 3 wires sticking out of your wall, not gonna work. And just a disclaimer, guys, I am not telling you to go wire something up. You are doing this at your own risk. If you want to wire it, it's you. I would recommend hiring an electrician. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how to turn off power, you don't know how to wire stuff, call a damn electrician. With that said, let's say you're savvy, you know what you're doing. Basically 3 wires, you wire it up, back's a little thick. You know, it's kind of something you got to deal with. The plate that's on there just pushes on, so you don't really need to worry about putting a special plate on it. It does fit regular plates, regular light switch plates. If it's designed for a rocker switch, it will fit it. At the time of recording this video, the switches are only $29.99, which is actually not bad. They are Wi-Fi switches, so no hub required. Once again, like I said with all the TP-Link, there is no hub required. They're Wi-Fi enabled. They work through the Wi-Fi to their server, and you're able to turn on and off your lights from there. So no hub required. The only thing is, it only works on a 2.5 gigahertz network. And if you don't know what that is, usually Wi-Fi routers have 2 signals coming out of them, especially today. They're usually a 2.5 gigahertz, which is the standard, and then there's a 5 gigahertz. Okay, so these are standard switches. They work with 120 volts and 15 amps. So if you guys need that information, like I said, it's in the description. It's 120, which is standard in most households for light switches, 15 amps. So if you're doing the breaker, make sure it's a 15 amp breaker. Like I said, I'm not going to get into the whole on how to install this. I'm going to show you the features. I'm just telling you the basics of it, so that way you know what you're getting into. Like I said, make sure you have that neutral wire. You don't have that neutral wire, or I believe it's also called a ground, it ain't gonna work. Okay, so let's get to the switch. This is a rocker switch. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom in for you so you can see it. And it's not really a real rocker. It doesn't go back and forth. It's like a tap rocker. It's more like a button. So just to put that out there. Okay, so this is the switch. I know it's not the prettiest in the world, but this is the switch. If you hit up here, nothing happens. It's not like a standard rocker. But if you hit down here, it turns off. And what's nice is you can actually get this little ring that shows you when it's off. Alright, so what I did is I turned off the light so you could see the ring. And you can see the little ring here. You turn it on, the ring disappears, you turn it off. There's also another light indicator that goes right above the ring that tells you when the Wi-Fi is out. And it shows a little Wi-Fi symbol, and it tells you, hey, the Wi-Fi's out. Alright, so it also has these 2 buttons down here. Button here and a little button here. Reset and a restart. So basically, if you're having network problems and it ain't being picked up, you could hit reset, which is right here. And if you want to restart, you can restart it. Basically, that puts it back into setup mode, and you could put it back to the way it was. And they're really small, really tiny underneath there. And this is also a good time to show you how the rocker works. It's like a button. It's not really a rocker. but it looks like a rocker, so it has that thing. This faceplate that you're seeing on it actually came with it. All right, I really can't get the faceplate off. It used to come off really easily. It's been cold out. I don't want to mess with it. But it's just a clip-on faceplate. You start from the top and push down. Like I said, they're all interchangeable. Like other TP-Link products, works with the Echo Alexa and the Google Home Assistant. So they are integrated in that. I did find out, however, as of now, a lot of TP-Links won't work with most hubs, which is kind of frustrating. But it does work with the Alexa smart home feature, which you could see my video on that right here. The Alexa app actually has a smart home feature in it now, so you might want to check out that video. Shows you how to set it up so you could actually use your Alexa as a hub. Now, it doesn't help you if the internet goes down, but it is nice to have if you do not want to yell out into the home and you just want to control it from your device. The Kasa app is really good too. If you're keeping with TP-Link smart home devices, you could just use the Kasa app, which is I love the app. I just wish it was more integratable with other stuff. TP-Link is kind of cornering their market. They actually have their own hub. I don't want to get too much into that, but it's really expensive. I think it started at $250, and I think now it's about $150, but it's also a router. So if you like your router, you would have to replace it. I mean, that's completely up to you guys, but it's very confusing with a lot of, some hubs work with this, some hubs don't work with that, and there's so many choices, and none of them are working together, so I choose not to have a hub. All right, so let's see how the garage lights work with the Echo. I am going to turn off my light, so that way we can see the garage lights. I'm going to say, Alexa, turn off the garage lights.
Okay.
Alexa, turn on the garage lights.
Okay.
So it's that simple. I mean, it works really good with the Amazon Echo Dot. Setup's really easy. Once you install it, you hold the reset button, and then you go through the app, and it walks you through the steps. And it's the same concept. It has its own Wi-Fi. You connect to the Wi-Fi. It asks you what Wi-Fi you want to go to. Once you go to the Wi-Fi, you give it the password, you give it the information, and then you connect it, and it's on your network. Just to let you know, the garage is 100 feet away from the house, so I do have a Wi-Fi extender out here, and it is working off of a Wi-Fi extender, 2.5 gigahertz Wi-Fi extender. So that is capable. You can control these from anywhere in the world from the Kasa app. So you can go into the app, and you could be anywhere. You could set timers, you could do all that stuff, and I'm going to show you that now in the Kasa app. So let's take a look at that, shall we? Okay, so I know I've showed this app before. I'm doing it for every video just for the fact that there are people that are interested in one product. So let's get started. Go into the Kasa app, and it's going to load. I showed you the light, which I use in the kitchen, and I showed you the plug, which I use in the living room. And then here are my garage lights, and these are the switches right down here. They say smart switches. Real simple. Turn them on, turn them off. And I have this one too. And you'll see this NC Garage one. The cool thing about this app is my father has it in his garage in another house in North Carolina here. And when I forget to turn on and off the lights, he can turn it on and off. But when I'm in the presence of his devices, because I'm logged into my account and I'm on his Wi-Fi, I can actually control his devices, which is really nice if you have somebody visiting and they download this application. They have the Wi-Fi password and they have this app, be able to control the devices in your house. It's a nice feature, especially if you have visitors. So it's on off. You can actually click on it. When you click on it, you got away mode. If you click that on, it'll turn on and off, and at certain starts and times and make it look like you're there. Like I said, I like that. It tells you the total running time. I had it running because I was filming today in the garage for 2 hours and 73 minutes. And then you got schedule. Just like I showed you on the other ones, you hit the plus button and then you can add a schedule. You pick the time, just turn it on, and then you pick the dates. And then to turn it off, you have to make another scheduled event to turn it off. And then you hit save, and you can pick all your days and stuff. But we're not going to do that. I just want to show you this real quick. And then you have a timer. Let's say you're going to be leaving the garage and you'll probably forget, like I do. Sometimes I'll set this timer for I know I'll be in there for a couple hours. So I'll put it on for 3 hours, and that way it'll turn off, and that way I don't have to remember to turn it on or off. Really cool little feature there. And that's basically it. And that's basically it for the app. I mean, it's really simple, straightforward. They do have cameras. I haven't gotten them yet. I'm more of the YE guy. You can see my video. I'll post a video above this about the YE cameras because they're way cheaper. They have scenes. I never use this, but you can make scenes. If you have multiple ones, you can make a scene, a good night, different things. I do all this in the Alexa app, and you can see that video as well. I'll put a posting above that to tell you a little bit more about that. And then they do have a smart device, and I did mention this, and I'm just showing you they are having, they have motion sensors, they have auto timers, stuff like that. They have other products that you can buy. I haven't seen the motion sensors yet. They keep talking about it, but I have seen the hub. I'm leaning towards a different type of hub, and I haven't invested yet because I don't see the need for it. They're not ready. And then activity. You can make activities over here. So, on event, you could do by day. You could do, make it work from there. Another feature I didn't show you, and I'll show you this real quick, and then we'll end this part of the video. When you're in here and you go to schedule, my brother actually didn't realize you could do this. Create an event to turn on and off. You can, if you hit that little arrow, you could do it sunset, or if you hit the arrow back and hit it over again, or sunrise. That was kind of hidden to my brother. He got these switches for his house. My brother Tom, the one with the action camera that I did a video on, which you can see here. He got these smart switches, and like I said, my brother has them, my father has them, and he didn't know that you could do dusk till dawn. He just thought you put in the time, and I said, no, it does daylight savings time. You can put it either way. So I just wanted to put that in there because a lot of people don't know about that I've recommended these switches to play with, and they didn't know that you could do that. So that's basically the app. Okay, so that was the app, guys. My final thoughts on this. This is another hard one for me because it is a great product. I love these little switches. The only reason why they're not throughout my whole household is because of the hub problem. It does not connect to other hubs. But if you're running the system just with the Kasa app, it's a really good product. Once TP-Link kind of either evolves their system where it has even more stuff and the hub's worth it, or maybe they give up on the hub, and even if they don't get rid of the hub, maybe they'll just allow smart things and other hubs that are out there be able to actually take advantage of these switches. So that's really a little bit of downfall, but it does work with Google and it does work with Echo. So it's a give and take. It works really well. I've yet to have a problem with these. I've had these for over a year now. So my overall thoughts, I'm gonna give this a 5, guys. I love these switches. I love that it still has the switch it capability because, sometimes you just don't feel like talking or you're just right next to it, you can just slap it. I give them a strong 5, guys. I would definitely, if it's something you're looking for, definitely try and pick these up because they are great little switches. So that's it for me, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe if this helped you or you enjoyed my funny face. And remember, you can do anything that you put your mind to. Later, guys. Everything was wired correctly here. You thought I was a picture, didn't you? Make sure you like and subscribe. Do me a favor already.